What is up, YouTube? Hanging out with some buddies of mine. I'm going to do a couple things on camera. One, I'm going to show you how I do a cool trick using my lighter. This is a great way to waste fluid in your Bic, mind you. This is called the fireball trick. And I'm going to make a fireball appear in my in the palm of my hand, yeah. Oh, I messed up on it. Hold on a second. Let's try it again. Okay, what you do is you take the nozzle of your lighter and you push it down.
Hold it up so the gas goes up.
That works too. Yeah, just go like that.
Gas rises.
And let your hand fill up with some butane. And oh, I messed up on it again, son of a bitch. Oh yeah, that's my buddy Steve hanging out in the background. But he's gonna, yeah. See if we can do this. Yeah, there you go. That works too. That's a great way to waste fluid, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Second thing,
Hey,
when
Cobra, can you hold it in your hand and light a cigarette?
that'd be cool.
I can. It gets a little hot, but I can.
Well, let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can light a cigarette with the fireball.
You just gotta hold it like that, and then stick your cigarette down into the flame.
Let's see if I can light a cigarette with the fireball in my hand. Oh, not quite.
Now you gotta hold it.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta let it burn like a torch in the center of your hand, and then put your cigarette down into it and light it.
Right. Oh, I tried.
Like this. I'll show you. Okay. Non-lit cigarette. Can feel the coldness of the butane going into my palm of my hand. Ran out of fluid too fast, but I have been able to do it.
Yeah. Now,
And it burns the hair on your hand.
yeah. Topher on KeeperCast asked me a question. He said, "Do you want a girlfriend?" And I responded to him, why have a girlfriend when you can drink weed or drink beer and smoke weed and all that good shit? Truth is, yes, I would like a girlfriend, but it's hard to find a girlfriend when you have Asperger's and when you're goth in a town in a state that is solely cowboy.
Now that would be cool to be able to drink weed. So,
Drinkables, man.
pure THC and a Red Bull combination. That would be awesome.
Right. Now, the reason why I said that is because for me, you know, whenever I smoke weed or drink alcohol and I get that good feeling in my system, you know, I feel good, you know. I don't feel like I'm stressed or anything. But, yeah. I reckon if I found the right girl and we just seemed to click really well together and, you know, we were both attracted to each other physically and mentally and it just worked out smoothly, then yeah, I'd definitely give it a shot. But a lot of women are just intimidated by my good looks, so I really, you know, and there are some women that are just flat out creeped out by me, so, you know.
Which is kind of crazy. I think any woman on their right mind should be attracted to you.
Oh, I appreciate that, man, thanks, but
That's just a personal...
excuse me, my Asperger's was talking shit.
That is a statement that
I'm not trying to sound gay, man, but if I was a woman, I'd flirt with you because you're a pretty good looking dude.
I second that motion.
My biggest problem, YouTube, is having confidence in myself. Now, when it comes to finding a job, playing guitar, singing, making videos, hanging out with friends, doing my thing, I got plenty of confidence, but I am very shy around women for some odd reason. You'd think that I wouldn't be, considering, I can fire up the YouTube camera of mine, make a video for the entire fucking internet to watch and ridicule and make fun of me for. And based off of that logic alone, you'd think that talking to a chick would be a lot easier.
Nope.
Yeah, this guy gets it.
I've been through 27 relationships and all of them were failures except for my last one that I'm in now.
There you go. Yeah.
So I know I can know and understand where King Cobra is coming from.
Hell,
Yeah.
every relationship I've ever been in has been a fucking failure, including the one I'm in now. Because I'm fucking married to a tramp.
Oh.
Fucking rotten whale.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, and, I would have to be stupid not to notice that some women do find me attractive. Like, case in point, when I was riding home on my bike yesterday, and I had my tobacco pipe going, at that sweet cherry pipe tobacco I picked out waffling through the air, and there was a group of younger kids. I wouldn't say I don't know if they were kids, but they were definitely high schoolers, if not a little bit older. And yeah, these high schoolers, they might have been high schoolers, I don't know. They definitely looked like they might have been still in junior or seniors, I don't know. But what I do know is that when I'm driving by, a couple of the girls that were in that group were just straight up staring at me. And literally, like I said in one of my previous videos, I literally heard one of those girls say, "He's sexy." And I'm like, well, there you go,
Well, then maybe that chick should check him out.
Yeah, except if she's below the age of 18, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Was she?
I didn't stop to ask.
Well, never hurts to ask.
Yeah, right.
And if they try saying yeah, tell them I want proof.
Right.
Show me ID.
Exactly.
And you know how you can tell an ID's fake?
How's that?
They don't glow underneath a black light.
There you go.
Right.
Because you know how on an ID, how it fucking...
I'll show you real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll demonstrate. It's got these little deals where it...
Where it
See
shimmers.
where it sparkles?
Yeah, it's got the
fake
little...
one will not show
Do
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And a fake one, even holding it even with the light, it won't reflect here, and it won't fucking look like it looks now. It'll look plastic, it'll
Yeah.
have the shine,
Yeah.
but it won't have the fucking perfect shine.
It don't have the little holographic graphics in the inside of it.
And it's missing
A barcode, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
missing the barcode and the state certified identification number.
On top of that, YouTube, there are a lot of chicks, I talked about this in a previous video, there are a lot of chicks who walk around with fake IDs trying to get with older dudes.
Or going to bars.
That's right, exactly. Go to the fucking bars to avoid that shit.
If you ask me, that's just a setup.
Yeah, like fucking... Okay, here's the thing.
It's just set up for a sting operation. to
Yeah,
get
no
your ass
shit.
Arrested.
No
Right,
shit. Like, there are some chicks who want boyfriends. I get that, okay? But here's the thing. Go out with somebody your own fucking age, because the law doesn't care if you were tricked by some skanky little 16-year-old. The way they look at it, you're the adult. You're supposed
And
to
that's
be
right.
responsible.
Basically, tubes. If they look too young, stay away.
Yeah,
Don't even stop and ask,
Right?
yeah.
because that's just trouble.
And if
ready
they're
to
young
open-
and they're wearing clothes like a fucking tramp,
ready to open
just
a box
go the
of
other way.
TNT on your ass,
Yeah.
because if you stop and start flirting with them, then
you're caught
yeah.
instantly.
Girls that are real young, that wear clothes like they're a fucking prep or a slut, are just doing that to target you.
I don't condone pedophilia. That shit is wrong and it should never be performed by any adult.
I fucking hate people who are pedophiles.
Right? Fuck pedophiles, man.
Sex offenders, fucking. I beat the fuck out this sex offender one time because fucking. Oh, I'm not a sex offender, and then he touches my fucking 2-year-old little nephew sexually. And I was like, hey, motherfucker, I thought you said you wasn't a fucking pedophile. Oh, I'm not. Well, fucking shit, why'd you just grab my fucking 2-year-old little nephew's pecker?
Right.
I was just making sure he didn't have no scabs. I was like, yeah, right, dude. You know, and then I let it just go at that point. And then again, he fucking grabs my fucking 2-year-old little nephew's pecker. Again. And I'm like, all right, dude, that's it. Get the fuck out. He's like, this ain't your house, it's your sister's house. And I'm like, bullshit, motherfucker. It might be my sister's house, but that's my nephew.
Like,
and
get out before I
you
kill
touched
you.
him twice.
Get out before I kill you.
And get the fuck out before I kick your fucking ass. And
For real.
And make you kiss my motherfucking 45 barrel.
Yeah.
And he's all, and then fucking, my sister comes walking
Shit,
in.
if I was there and I had my AR, I'd have stuffed it in his fucking face and said, bitch, what you looking at?
And then my
Get
sister-
out my friend's house before I put one in you.
And then my sister comes walking in,
Pedophile motherfucker.
and he's all like, your brother's making me leave. And my sister's like, Alex, why are you making him leave? I was like, because he touched Ryan's fucking pecker twice.
You know,
That's my little
you
nephew.
could've
His
killed
name
him.
is Ryan.
You
Yeah.
could have killed him because that's called castle law.
And she's all like,
He's
oh
threatening
yeah,
your
well,
family.
and then she straight up looked at that dude and was like, get the fuck out.
Under penal code 6039-.
And then there was one time I beat the fuck out of one for touching a fucking 6-year-old little girl.
GH4, I believe, if I remember right.
Yep.
I beat the fuck out of a fucking pedophile in the county jail because he's all like, oh man, I would love to touch a little girl right now.
I would fucking.
And I was like,
beat
dude,
him
that's fucking
senseless.
nasty, man.
I would beat him senseless.
Why the fuck would you do that? Because you can't get no pussy?
Because it's still a type of pussy.
Dude, go fuck a goat if
It's
you're
like,
that
it's
fucking
like
desperate.
fuck, dude. You want to fucking fuck something? Fucking find a toilet paper roll and some fucking lubrication. Fuck.
Yeah.
Or go buy a blow-up doll. For crying out loud.
Yeah.
But leave the children alone. They have a life to live in
I have friends
proper
who
way to grow up. They don't need that shit.
see.
Yeah.
I have some friends who have done time in prison for fucking. They have to register as a sex offender. But I know for a motherfucking fact that the reason they're my friend is because I know for a fact that they're not gonna do that. You know my buddy Carl, that fat dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in fucking prison for fucking sexually molesting a little girl is what they had said. Because she fucking wanted it. And, you know, she had a fucking fake ID and everything. And he got fucking set up, so. And I
Yeah.
told him, when he's all like, man, I'll be your friend, man. And I was like, well, if you're a fucking registered sex offender, I see you touch a little kid in front of me, dude, I'm gonna fucking knock your ass out.
Okay, man.
And he has never done it since.
Yeah. Speaking of kids, this brings me to my next point. There are a couple schools in the United States of America, and that's pretty obvious, but sometimes when you go to school, you can't afford, as a kid, when you can't afford to pay for your school lunches, it sucks. But it's even worse when the schools are making you put a stamp on your hand that says, I need lunch money, and adding a smiley face to that stamp. It's you know what I'm saying? Literally, I saw this story on the Young Turks. There's a couple schools in this miserable country of ours that, these kids, they can't afford to pay for their school lunches, so quite often, the lunch ladies, or the lunch people, I should say, will stamp the kid and they'll have a smiley face on it that says, I need lunch money. They'll do that, or they'll make the kids wash trays and tables for their food. Or, worst case scenario, they'll throw the kids' lunch away right in front of them. That's messed up, okay? It's bad enough that school lunches suck, okay? And it's bad enough that kids are just the absolute worst, man. Kids are total, okay? Kids are shitheads to each other, okay? And kids get bullied for every little thing that other kids don't see as normal. and you got some kid whose parents are broke and they can't afford to give their kid a school lunch. Oh, trust and motherfucking believe. That just leaves that kid open up for a whole lot of bullying.
And there's a lot of fucking bullies in schools nowadays, man. And I remember when I was in high school, after I was fucking diagnosed with grand mal seizure disorder with epilepsy, fucking I went to school one day and had a fucking seizure at school, and all these other kids fucking started, oh, hey, look, it's the four-eyed worm.
I was gonna say,
Fucking four-eyed worm, because they seen me have a fucking seizure.
the moral to the story is maybe that the schools should get funded by the government, and these kids should be able to have free meals because they are there to learn.
Right?
They are there to do what the government wants them to do.
I remember when I went to
So
school.
maybe the government should pay for those children's lunches.
Can I add to that?
Yes, you may.
Okay, if the government can afford to waste money on senseless wars and senseless bombings, why the fuck can they afford to not give their own children of their own goddamn country that they're supposed to be governing free food? Okay, here's the thing, Slick. If a kid has a huge test after lunch, or if they have gym class after lunch, you can't expect them to fucking focus if they ain't got the energy to do it. Okay? Maybe you add a 4% increase in tax on everything sold in the United States, and you take the money from that tax and you fund it towards our schools, so our children, whether they're rich, poor, it doesn't matter. Every child should be entitled to free lunch at school, and every child should not only be entitled to free lunch at school, but actually have options that are not only healthy and nutritious, but also tasty.
Right.
Hell yeah.
More protein.
Exactly. And another thing, take the fucking hormones out of our children's milk. This is ridiculous.
Growth hormones?
Yeah.
Really?
For real, like, children are entering puberty way too early, and that's not healthy for them at all.
Hell no, it ain't.
Not because they got, especially for chicks, like, when you're a chick and you hit puberty early, maybe when you're a dude in that chick's class, you're like, oh, boobs, but at the same time, okay, from that chick's perspective, you got a bunch of older dudes hitting on her and shit, and that's just not okay.
That invites chimos.
Right. And at the same time, it's like, you know, children who enter puberty early, that actually has some health risks associated to it. It could stunt the child's growth, among other things.
You can make their stuff not develop properly.
You know they say that
Okay.
people are starving in other countries.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there are kids that go without food at school because they can't afford to pay for it,
Right.
which I think the school should provide.
I remember when I was going to school as a kid, I didn't have to pay for a lunch because they had reduced hot lunch.
Yeah.
And I could just walk in there and fucking, okay, lunchtime comes, go into the cafeteria, get me a fucking tray, and boom, there we go.
I remember reduced hot lunch.
And fucking nowadays, fucking,
They don't have it in.
exactly. It's like, what in the fuck, dude?
Like, you can't expect your students to be at their learning best. You can't expect students to be able to focus in school when they have an empty fucking stomach.
Right.
You know, they got, you know, some fucking test ahead of them, and they can't focus on the answer to problems C and D if their stomach is empty.
For example, a truck doesn't run on air. Why should children?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, like, our government can afford...
Their future generations, they deserve to have...
Yeah, this is the future of our fucking country here, and you can't even fucking feed them? Come on. You know, our government can afford to waste millions upon millions of dollars on a useless marijuana prohibition, make taxpayers fucking pay for it. Our government can afford to bomb the fuck out of countries, start wars with people, but they can't afford to fucking fix that. They can't afford to fix the lead problem in Flint, Michigan. They can't afford to fucking, you know, feed our children. Like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
And I can't change anything about it, YouTube. The only thing I can do is bitch about it.
Well, maybe I should.
Well, look who we have as fucking president,
Maybe
Donald Trump.
Yeah, no shit.
Maybe I should start a program that's called the Feed the Children program and help the schools out. You know, and it would not be going to the schools. It would be a fund for the children for their lunches.
Hell yeah.
Why? Because I believe in America, and America should be great again.
Yeah, like Donald Trump says, make a group, America. Yeah, Donald Trump, you sit here, Mister. Oh, make America great again. But how the fuck is America great when fucking students can't afford to eat food? Okay, and then on top of not being able to eat food, they can't focus in school because they miss lunch. And on top of that, they get bullied for being the poor kid because of it. It's just...
Right. Get bullied for fucking stupid fucking bullshit.
You know, and it's like, come on, man.
The bullying needs to stop in schools, and it needs to stop on YouTube. It needs to stop on Facebook. Everywhere.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
The main source is it needs to stop in school because the kids nowadays that are getting bullied at school don't like to associate with a whole lot of fucking
and
people.
Sometimes they turn into murderers.
Yes.
Which is not good.
No. If you're being bullied in school, then might I suggest talking to an adult you trust and letting them deal with it. And if you've dealt with the situation before, and talking to the adults doesn't do shit, and if you've gone and dealt with the bullies for months on end, then you beat the shit out of them.
Right, and
you might get suspended for violence on campus, and they might look at you and be like, well, we don't tolerate violence on school grounds. You can look at them and be like, yeah, just like you don't tolerate bullying either, and you let the bully harass me for months on end, so there you go.
I was bullied in school.
So was I, dude.
When I was in fucking...
And I think it's quite bullcrap, especially for the Kalamazoo schools. I'm talking about Michigan here, Kalamazoo schools. They pushed me right through school. Bullies always picked on me, and then one day I just stood up and I says, look, if the principal ain't going to do anything about it, I'm going to.
Right.
I'm tired of your bullshit.
That's how it was when I was going to school in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Well, the thing of it is, too, every school has this so-called assembly. They pull their students out of class. Welcome to high school or junior high or grade school, what the fuck ever.
You're supposed to be learning.
Yeah. You have the right, and they say this every time, you have the right to a harassment-free education. If you're being bullied or harassed by another student, ignore it, walk away, and come to a teacher you trust.
I mean, if it's a fun assembly, like a laser light show, then by all means.
Or the assemblies where you can fucking walk in and get a snack.
Something that's educational to the child.
Yeah.
Like the DARE program, for example.
Fuck the DARE program, man. That's just a joke.
Drugs are really entertaining.
Yeah! Or drugs are really expensive.
Right. See, when I was in New Orleans and I was being bullied, I went to the fucking principal because fucking a bunch of the kids were fucking always bullying me and shit, fucking taking wet toilet paper, throwing it at me because I wore glasses. So, I went to the principal and I was like, hey, I'm being bullied by these kids. And the principal's like, okay, well, we'll take care of it. Motherfucker never took care of it. Then there was one time that fucking, when I went to junior high in New Orleans, Louisiana, fucking the older kids fucking were spitting loogies at me and fucking stuffing me in lockers and shit like that,
Yeah.
And fuck, dude. When I moved back down here to Wyoming and I was diagnosed with my epilepsy, I had a fucking seizure at school, and all the other kids started calling me fucking, oh, the four-eyed funky worm. Hey, are you gonna do the wiggle wiggle today? And
somebody did something similar to that.
Sometimes it kind of got, at first when I first started doing it, it got on my nerves. But then other than that, fuck, dude. Like now to this day, fucking there's motherfuckers out there who will call me, oh, the funky fish, the four-eyed epileptic, the four-eyed funky worm, fucking stupid shit like that.
Last time somebody did something like that to me, I gave him a swirly.
Now, I can understand if you're in a large school and you have like 2,000 students versus like 20 staff members, including a principal. It's not your job to babysit children. I get that.
Of course it is.
But at the same time, at the same fucking time, if you're telling your students that you can come to an adult they trust to deal with the problem, then you better fucking fix it. Otherwise, don't fucking say shit about come to an adult you trust, because if you say things like, oh, come to a teacher you trust and we'll deal with it, but then you don't deal with it, okay? If you don't deal with it, then don't say shit like that.
Right. And there was one time when I kept getting bullied in school, I took matters into my own hands, and I got into a fight with this kid, and I knocked him out, knocked a few of his teeth out, and got expelled. And my mom's all like, why did my son get expelled? And the principal's like, because he knocked this kid out, knocked a few of his teeth out because the kid was bullying him. My mom's like, well, that's a fucked up reason to expel my son. My son brought it to you, and you guys didn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking bullshit fucking
So why
reason.
not defend yourself?
Exactly. And my mom's like, good job, son. You fucking took care of that bully yourself. And like, unlike
That's
this
called
fucking
standing
school.
up for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Which people have a right to do in this world.
And kids nowadays, being not only being bullied at school, but being fucking
Bullied online, too.
bullied online and
Yeah.
bullied at home because they can have fucking, say they have a single mother, but she's got a dude, right? She's
Yeah.
got a boyfriend. They can not only be bullied by their mom's boyfriend, but being bullied by other motherfuckers. And that just makes them want to cower in a corner and, you know, not talk to anybody or anything. They become murderers, end up in fucking prison, fucking do all kinds
Sorry,
of
I
stupid shit.
farted. He's all like fanning that. Yeah, but
Defending it the other way.
like,
Here,
God,
you need a lighter?
no, I got one.
I
Yeah.
don't want to smell.
Oh, hey, can I use your phone?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna end the video real quick. Just thought I'd share that with you. It's King Cobra, it's Cottonmouth,
AKA Mr. Goat.
and buddy Alex. Thanks for watching, Tubes. Catch y'all later.
Peace.